And chat. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Persona 5 Strikers. So, I know nothing about the plot of this game. I do know, or I have heard, that it is apparently Dynasty Warriors-esque, though. And I don't know how to feel about that. I watched a little bit of a Dynasty Warriors game a ways back, and it didn't look terribly interesting. And I played the demo of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and it wasn't terribly interesting. So I don't know how I feel about the gameplay. However, I just finished Persona 5, and it was fucking amazing. And I want to see more of these characters and more of this story. And I'm told that this is a great sequel. So we're going to try it. And even if I don't terribly like the gameplay, we will probably muddle on through. So, why don't we get started? Well, there's Persona 5 sound set unlocked. Cool. All battle music can be changed in the change battle music option in the config menu. Cool. What the game feels the most like to me is a Kingdom Hearts game. Well, that's promising. Kingdom Hearts is fun to play. You have not said that to me before, though. I am curious to know how this game even happens, because we erased the metaverse. Oh, is that the road trip van? Cool. You know, I doubt it'll happen, but I hope it does something with Makoto based on the fact that I romanced her. Well, it would have to pick a specific save file. Alright, let's try it. You scan his ice cream. Alright, how is this happening?
Careful, Joker! We got one coming up!
Oh, it's got a Gatling gun! Or a rocket launch. Nope, it's a Gatling gun. Jack-o'-lanterns and pixies.
Begin the operation! area in front of the gate first. Yes! Slice him and dice him! Joker's got the enemy big time now. Awesome job. Just a bit longer. He's doing it all by himself, too. Now that's our Joker. That skull was pulling off that skull.
Oh, it's hard to focus on the dialogue.
Starting to steal Joker. Teach him a lesson.
I'm a Showtime attack.
Showtime! Are set! Here!
Even more. Oh, this is more in line with the original Persona 5 opening animation.
Over time they erode and destroy hearts of good souls in the dark. Filled with dismay, later long and fake too much all the way through.
Yeah, this would have had to have been developed at the same time as Royal, which makes sense that it's the vanilla. It takes from vanilla instead of Royal.
Don't let 'em do it like that. You must know that our own tricks that made you weak. So wake up from sleep. Don't refuse to be free. Let go.
Oh, who's the newbie?
There's reason to break out this in your mind.
Two newbies.
Join the team. Gonna let the dead leaves fall down. Hey, it's time to rise up.
It's by the same artist as the Persona 5 songs, right? Hey, it's been a while. It only feels like that because you always forget to reply to our texts. Wait, really? I mean, I've just got a lot of stuff to do. I suppose it's been a little while for me too, hasn't it? For me as well. I had no money, so I lost service. Good job, Yusuke. How is everyone? I'd say I'm doing well. It's quite late, though. Shouldn't you all be studying for finals? Nah, I'm fine, unlike Ryuji. Stop, I'm already dead. Anyway, here's what I really wanted to say. Since it's almost summer vacation, why don't we get together? Not a bad idea? Yeah, you guys want to go on a trip? That sounds like fun. Perhaps Kyoto. That would be a nice place for a vacation. No way, Kyoto trips are for high schoolers. Sweet, we should get together somewhere and plan this out. Oh, are some of us in college already? Where at? Where else? Let's meet at the hideout. Oh, do we get to see Sojiro? Roger that, leader. A certain police department meeting room.
And next on the agenda is the series of incidents involving unusual behavior in public. First, we have the Vice Minister of Finance. As you're all aware, he had some sort of episode during a diet session Q&A and abruptly confessed to document tampering. Soon after that, 3 Sapporo Central councilmen confessed to bribery and publicly resigned. Next, the well-known author Mr. S. He held a press conference and announced he was retiring from writing, returning his book's awards, and deeming his body of work garbage.
How is this happening? We erased the metaverse.
Then, a newscaster suddenly got down on one knee, confessed his love for his co-anchor on live TV, proposed to her, and got shot down.
Aww.
Lastly, the Director General of Criminal Affairs unexpectedly stripped off his clothing and ran around HQ until successfully detained.
Well, we didn't do that one.
Something amusing to you, Inspector Hasagawa?
No.
Excuse me.
The vast majority of these cases have been interpreted as nothing more than bizarre outbursts. But, time and again, every instance involves a sudden change in personality. Furthermore, none of the individuals involved had any known psychological issues before their incidents. Therefore, we can surmise that these cases are the result of an external influence.
Aren't these just coincidences? Are you really implying someone out there is using mind control?
Do you not remember the Phantom Thieves?
The cases I listed are only a small sample of this behavior, which appears to be happening across the entire nation.
Sounds like the Phantom Thieves to me.
Thank you. Although, we didn't do this one.
I want silence. Proceed with the report.
Thank you, Commissioner Kaburagi. As you've realized, or at least as one of you realized, these cases are very reminiscent of last year's change of heart epidemic. The top brass have concluded that this is indeed the work of the Phantom Thieves.
What?
But what evidence is there? No one's even established a pattern.
I bet it was Hasegawa.
And we don't have any sort of motive. So far, doing it for kicks is the only thing that'd explain it.
You will investigate each of these incidents yourselves, as quickly as possible. What I expect from each of you are two things. 1, to assemble enough evidence for a successful case. 2, to do so as quickly as humanly possible. The higher-ups are hell-bent on closing this case. I do not know why. It does not matter. All that matters is producing results. Your suspect is the leader of the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, they remember who I am. Right.
Show me a thorough investigation of his entire life.
So, the Phantom Thieves rise again.
It's been a while since we rode this to Yongenjaya, huh?
Now for today's train news. Today's headlines are, this is significantly less pretty than Persona 5. Confession of document tampering. The Diet is in chaos over the Vice Minister of Finance's confession, and the power struggles have flared. Members of the Vice Minister's party have refused to comment across the board, while the country awaits his court summons. In business news, fledgling IT company Medice reported record first-quarter profits at a conference earlier today. Medice's earnings have exploded, largely in part to their new virtual assistant, which, if stocks are any indication, is gaining fans fast.
We're almost there.
Yeah, it is Morgana's kitty sprite.
We haven't seen everyone in so long. I know it's stupid, but I'm getting kind of nervous.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, when the Phantom Thieves come together, it's never anything less. Whoa, we finally made it.
Hey, we're back!
Hey, hey!
Ah, Yongenjaya. We may have been gone for only half a year, but it sure brings back memories. Okay, so this is July 24th of the same year the game ended. Okay. Wait, it's July. When did we leave town in Vanilla? Was it not after White Day? Okay, let's get to LeBlanc post-haste. I wonder how the Chief's been getting along. There's the story. Head towards the area with the icon. Okay.
Let's go.
Tobacco store. Lovely. This controls a little awkwardly. Oh, circle goes. Okay. Well, here we are. Doesn't look like things have changed much. All right, let's go. Oh no, did it get shut down? There's Sayuri. Oh, okay. Whew. Hey! There's the crew.
Surprise! We get you or what?
This is home.
We missed ya.
It's been a while.
Did you get taller? Looks like you've been doing fine.
You too, Morgana.
Meow. It's gotten hot. How have you all been?
for some iced coffee?
Hey, you guys hungry?
Hey, Sojiro! Your beard got longer.
Boy, were you surprised.
Yeah, you really got me.
You guys did all that for us? Talk about a greeting.
We hadn't seen you in so long, we knew we had to do something. We figured the best way to get you was to have Boss let us in early.
Well, you're looking sharp.
How have you been? Did you get even older? How have you been?
Not too bad. I'm sure you all have plenty of catching up.
Well, I want to catch up with you too.
But I've got to open up soon. Go ahead and take it upstairs.
Oh no, what happened to my room?
After all, it's your room. Have a good time.
Thanks for hosting again.
No problem. You can just pay me back working the counter.
Deal. Now, thieves, to the hideout.
Great. Just when I was enjoying the peace and quiet.
Seriously though, it's not a joke.
Never fails to just
Hey, he didn't mess up my room.
You won 3 of my finals in one day too. I was really freaking out.
It does feel like coming home, yeah.
I had so many makeup lectures in a row, I almost wasn't able to come over today.
Then I win. I only flunked one final.
You two are the same as always. Can't you at least take your classes a bit more seriously? Ooh, watch out. This president's gonna unleash her fist of justice. Jeez. You please forget about that already. So is college life all it's cracked up to be? Yes, it's going well. I've been using the time to take care of the core curriculum. I've been busy too, but it's also a lot of fun. For example, I've learned how to selectively breed certain vegetables.
Oh! Yielded any results yet?
Boy, that got his interest.
Is this still Matt Mercer as Yusuke? Sounds a little off.
Wait, aren't you in the management program though? Yes, but students are allowed to take courses beyond their own programs if they feel so inclined. They even offer agricultural science courses. You can learn all sorts of neat things, like the correlation between soil nutrients and yield. Ugh. That'd put me to sleep in a minute flat. And you, Futaba? How's school been for you? Too easy.
VA's had to record remotely. Huh.
At this point, the only hellish parts are the commute and PE.
So you've been working hard.
Praise me more. Keep it coming.
Well, how about you then? You're the one we're most curious about. You doing okay back home?
I missed you.
What a coinky dink. Me too.
Well, I've been getting by too, but without you around, it's sort of like stuff is just kind of bleh.
I hear ya. I liven up the
This
place.
is our leader. It's only natural.
That's right.
Oh, I'm blushing here.
Once a phantom thief, always a phantom thief.
Oh, it's good to have the family back together.
Well, I'd say we start coming up with summer vacation plans. Anyone have any ideas?
Oh, right. We should figure that stuff out.
You're fine to stay here through all of vacation, right?
Absolutely. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, how about a trip, guys? Come on, we've got a whole month to rage.
Oh, I only get a month.
Aren't you forgetting about your homework? Ugh. Not only do you have homework, but you're third years now. You need to start thinking not just about graduation, but post-graduation.
Wait, I thought Ryuji was a first year in Persona 5. Wouldn't he be a second year now?
No, stop. Don't bring that up. Not now, please.
Ryuji never changes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn down the music or turn up the voice volume.
Back to the topic at hand. If I may suggest Kyoto, I'll find an abundance of inspiration if we tour each temple and shrine. Oh, the sheer wealth of beauty I can witness in a whole month. I can hear the treasures of our history calling to me.
Wow, Yusuke's voice mixing is really bad.
Yeah, if it's a month-long art tour, I'm totally gonna pass.
A trip does sound
Oh,
nice,
he's disappointed.
but what if we all went camping first? We can all go hiking and stuff during the day, and even throw together a barbecue at night.
Barbecue? Aren't those always big gatherings for people who socialize IRL?
Nah, it'll just be the 8 of us.
Sounds fun. You can leave the firewood chopping to me.
Fair enough.
Summer off right with a barbecue buffet. Sounds badass to me. How about you?
Let's go all out on it.
Look for decent marbling in the cuts. That's how you get the real good stuff. Trust me on this. It does sound rather fitting for the summer. I like the idea, but we'll need an awful lot of vegetables to balance it out.
Oh, really?
Huh. A barbecue is one of the few things in this world that can pull me away from art. Our history's treasures can wait a bit longer.
Choosing food over art? You sure your priorities are solid there, Inari?
He's a starving artist, Futaba. He's gonna jump at tasty food.
All right, our first reunion party has been unanimously decided. We're going camping.
And with that settled... Emma, list recommended camping.
Emma, huh? You made your own AI?
I have compiled a list of items recommended for camping. There was a sporting and travel goods store near 705 in Shibuya. Customer reviews rate this as the best relevant store in your area.
Ooh, what's that? The virtual assistant Emma. You haven't heard of it yet?
Oh, I think I have. It knows, like, basically everything and does all sorts of stuff for you, right?
Oh, it's just Alexa. Never get an Alexa, by the way. It's always listening, always recording, and always transmitting data.
Oh, yeah. It's got this, eye that thinks for it. Right?
I think you mean AI, not an I. Right. It stands for Artificial Intelligence. It can search all kinds of databases, conduct navigation, manage your schedule, even talk out logic problems and stuff with you. The makers go on about how you can ask it anything and you'll get the best possible answer. I remember seeing a demo of one on TV the other day. They were showing off its functions and talking about how it's the next big thing. Yep, that's it, all right. Pretty solid tech, considering it's roughly 1,000 times smarter than...
Oh, lay off him.
Shut up. That sounds kind of cool, though. I didn't tell us where all the best ramen shops are.
Yeah, you should all download it. I'm telling you, it's the bee's knees. I suppose it'd at least be handy if we ran into any trouble while camping. That's a good idea. Why don't you get it too?
Hello, this is Emma. I am pleased to meet you. Please provide me your name.
You know what it is. You know what it's gonna be. And nobody's gonna fucking say it. It's not going to show me this game's battle music yet? Alright. What difficulty am I on? I'm on normal. Good.
Thank you.
Say my name, Emma.
Again, I am Emma, your helpful virtual assistant.
Looks like you've got it figured out. I sent you all friend requests. Please don't blow them up. Displaying recommended camping items. So Emma came up with all that? Impressive, no? And it's not just random junk for sale either. It takes into account the season, the weather, your personal profile, and even your location for all its recommendations.
For real? Damn, that thing's eye is crazy.
AI, not an eye.
Well, should we split up and buy everything Emma's listed for us?
Does that pun work in Japanese?
Oh, can't we do it tomorrow? It's so hot out. I bet this guy's beat from the traveling too. We just went through all the effort to meet up at the hideout, yeah? So let's make the most of it.
Indeed. I have an absolute plethora of discussion topics for us to mull over. Particularly matters such as modern art and the possibilities within it in our current age.
Yeah, anything but that.
Thank you for treating us all to curry, boss.
Don't worry about it. Just think of it as sort of a welcome back gift. Plus, with this guy hanging around again, it'll be nice feeling like old times.
Same here. Thanks again. We'll be back soon.
Well, see you tomorrow. You know, it was nice talking after so long.
It's nice talking to you too,
Let's
Ryuji.
get to shopping first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta get everything Emma listed up for us, right? Then we should meet up by the Buchiko statue in Shibuya. See you then. Don't go forgetting, okay?
And don't go forgetting about helping out behind the counter either, okay?
Yeah, I gotcha. I was a bit rusty at first, but I helped out around the cafe before returning to my room. Why am I rusty? Sojiro gave me his recipe book. Was I not making any of the food he asked me to make? I'm exhausted from all the excitement today. Let's call it a night and get some sleep. Triangle to save.
I'll just add this.
Oh. Oh. Hey, hey. Whoo boy, does this bed bring back memories. It's nice to see everyone doing so well. Chief seemed to be the same as ever, too. This place is just as great as I remembered. So, we're camping in a couple days, huh? Talk about a way to kick off your summer vacation.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Well, we should get some sleep. Good night.
Oh, now I have to crack my back. Ah! I must be beat from all the traveling. I can tell that I'm drifting to sleep right away. Hey, Velvet Room time. And I'm back in my prison gear. Why am I back in chains?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Where's Igor?
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Where's your boss?
I know not whether to rejoice or bemoan this reunion. Regardless, I must perform my duty. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
Yep, I got the rundown when I first came here.
It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter.
Yep, I've been through this before.
The expression you bear now tells me you already know the reason for your suffering.
Nope, not a clue.
I must warn you of the danger threatening to consume both yourself and the entire world whose heart you strove so greatly to change. A most loathsome prison has manifested. Your appearance is ironclad evidence of this. You have become a prisoner of fate yet again.
Can't say I recall that.
That is understandable. This is something only felt in the depths of one's heart. Someone, even now, plots to lure you into a disastrous fate. Confronted by this evil will, your own cries out. Rise against it.
I'm always up for that.
My name is Lavenza.
I know your name, Lavenza.
As one who rules over power, my duty is to witness the path you take.
Man, the audio mixing in this game sucks.
Should the world continue down its own current path, all that awaits you is destruction. Have you the resolve to defy such a fate and face the distortion that yet again threatens your world?
Always. You know it.
That is the trickster I know so well. What awaits you ahead are more of the same. No, even greater hardships than before. However, you must never forget, I am always by your side.
What does HowLongToBeat.com say about this game? How long is it?
Let us meet again soon. Until then, pleasant.
Where's your boss? I want to see Igor again. Oh, they probably don't have Igor in the game because his voice actor died and they didn't want to recast him.
Good morning.
Hey, were you having trouble sleeping last night, Lore? You were tossing and turning like crazy. Igor is never inside games. Weird. Anyways, it's time for us to meet up with Ryuji and buy our share of the camping equipment. Let's head over to the Bujigo statue. Alright, time to see if I've spent 2.5 million yen in the last 4 months.
Yo.
The city heat's pretty bad. Don't forget to drink plenty of water, alright? Main story, 35.5 hours. Main and extra, 45.5. Oh yeah, he was in Arena Ultimax, wasn't he?
Let's go.
Well, I'm definitely not calling Kawakami. Hey, Futaba! Yo, headed to meet up with Ryuji. Good luck with the shopping. I knew I'd be more help doing it all online, so I'm researching campsites now. I'll make sure we pick the best one. Playing in the river and eating barbecue all day, lighting fireworks and telling scary stories all night. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait another second. I'm so excited I'm going to explode. Hit the deck, Lore.
The heat is so
Ugh, I'm overheating here. I bet Ryuji's not holding up any better out in front of the Bujigo statue either. Anyone else to talk to? Hey, little girl, how are you feeling after your dog died? Oh, I can't go that way. Whoa, Shibuya's as busy as ever. Look at all the people. Let's get to the Bujiko statue right away. We don't want to leave Ryuji alone with his attention span for too long. You don't gotta shit on Ryuji. Oh, hey. Is this a Bujiko statue? I don't see a Bujiko statue. Oh, is that it? Huh.
What's up? Ready to buy some candy?
Absolutely.
Let's hustle to the store so we can finally chill for a bit. It's already way too hot out.
We're in charge of picking up the barbecue, right? Go ahead and lead the way, Ryuji.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, right, we can just ask the app. Hey, Emma?
Hello. Do you need something?
Yeah, show us that store you told us about.
Displaying the optimal route to your destination.
Whoa, look at this sweet map.
We can even figure out how to help with a vague question like that? Oh, this thing's a whole lot more useful than I thought.
I don't trust it.
Great! Let's get this over with so we can plan tomorrow's feast.
What's all the racket?
I have a suggested event for you.
Don't like that.
A promotional store opening is currently underway at the Shibuya 705 storefront with Alice Araki.
Huh? The hell's a suggested event? Wait, for real? Alice is here?
And Alice is...
Alice Araki is a Japanese fashion model and performing artist. She has gained attention with her adorable look and unique sense of style. She is active in a variety of media and genres. She has become a pop culture tastemaker and continues to amass a devoted young fan base.
Wow, Emma makes her sound huge. Is she really all that popular?
If Emma can hear Morgana, that's going to be interesting. Nope.
I don't know. What kind of answer is that crowd giving ya? Huh? Alice really is just over there. Oh, I can't believe it.
Could not care less. I want to go see. Let's play along.
Oh, someone sounds interested. It's on our way into the store. Why not check it out? She's totally cute enough for this to be
I only have
worth it.
eyes for Makoto, Ryuji.
Hey, what's going on?
Heard it's some shop opening ceremony.
Wait, isn't that Alice? Alice Hiraki!
Hi, folks! Thanks for coming! A shop that carries one of my very own brands is opening here, today! Have you ever dreamed that you could be somebody else, even if just for a little while? Well, I know a place where that dream comes to life. A wonderland where you become whatever you want to be.
I don't like your look, Alice.
Now, I've got one question. Does anyone want to visit this wonderland with me? Aw, thanks. Then I have a surprise for you. I'm giving away 100 invitation cards as a special present.
Are there even 100 of us here?
They're magical cards that will make you have an even better time in Wonderland. Enjoy! Here you go.
Oh my god, thank you so much!
Ah, and one for you.
Holy crap! Alice just touched my hand!
Oh, Those are some quality specs.
Yeah, they're fake.
Sorry, that was weird. I hope you like the star.
Not gonna hand Ryuji a card, huh? Not gonna hand Ryuji a card? Is that how we're playing this?
Have fun there, everyone.
Jeez, what was with that crowd?
Man, I can't believe I saw Alice. She was just as cute as I thought she'd be.
Her outfit's weird.
Hey, you just don't get it. Her being different's what makes her so awesome.
Well, she's all yours. My heart still belongs to Lady On alone.
Yeah, we get it.
Well, are you satisfied now? Let's hurry up with the shopping.
Fine. Oh, yeah, you got one of those cards from Alice, right?
Yeah, he did. You just got blown off.
Can it? There were just a ton of people around is all.
The card says Alice Hiragi's Wonderland.
Alice Hiragi's Wonderland? This looks like a boring old ad to me. There's some fine print.
Oh, it says something about Emma.
Here's my Emma keyword. Please become my friend.
What's a...
She's totally gonna wind up with a persona, isn't she?
Didn't Futaba use something like that yesterday? She said we could become friends through Emma.
Yeah, do it! Come on!
So you input the keyword, then you become friends with Alice?
You said it's on the card, right? What was it again? Wonderland?
Keyword successfully entered. Beginning navigation.
Uh-oh. 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 Well, this isn't good.
I don't know. Feels like... Whoa! What happened to you guys?
Not just me. You changed too.
Whoa! For real? Huh?
Looks like this place is connected to the metaverse.
This is a joke, right?
Whoa, check it
Look, aren't those the guys we saw at 7:05?
Hey, everyone. You love me, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Then you can give me all your desires.
Well, that's not good. That's not how that's supposed to work.
What the hell was that?
There's no time. We'll figure it out later. Joker, Skull, let's fight our way out.
Here we go.
Damn it! Fine, let's do this.
Oh, I like this. I like this guitar rendition.
Stay sharp, you two. We haven't fought in some time. Just warm up a bit for starters. It'll come back to you soon enough.
Don't forget who you're talking to. Stop this, dude.
That's what I like to see. Skull. We should be here too.
It's over. Gotta say goodbye.
Joker, use your persona.
Actual holding R1 persona skills. Hold R1 and move L to aim at left stick to aim at enemies and use skills with X. Persona skills have certain affinities, while enemies may have weaknesses. This rocks! This version of the song rocks! This is awesome! Alright!
Persona! Gravity step!
Down enemies, all attacks. With enemies knocked down, press circle to initiate an all-out attack with your teammates. They can deal damage to several enemies at once. It's going to do all-out attacks on one group of enemies. Enemies down gauge is fully depleted will be knocked down. Alright, I'm liking this a lot.
If this keeps up much longer, we'll be done for. We should make good use of our surroundings. See anything that could give you the advantage?
Circle during on-screen prompt, Phantom Dash. Phantom Dash will automatically go into hiding. While hiding, special actions. Nice!
Oh, my head is spinning.
Wow, Morgana with the moves. Never awakened your persona, huh? Huh, Ryuji? Or second tier persona? That's cool, I like Captain Kid better. Where are the enemies?
Alright, that'll show them. Y'all are way too weak. Don't even try stepping to us again.
Joker, go! Watch out!
The hell? Even more of them?
We're getting surrounded fast. We have to retreat. Guys, over there! That looks like our best bet. Let's move it!
The Muso comparison is more about the hack and slash to a huge enemy swarm thing, less of the strategy stuff in the standard Muso. Well, cool, this is fun.
Okay, what in the hell is this place?
Presumably, it's a palace in the metaverse. The metaverse?
I think this could be Alice's palace.
Palace? I thought those were done for, though. I mean, we don't even have the meta nav on our phones anymore.
We've got Emma.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't think anything else could explain this. You saw Alice on that screen just like I did. No matter how you look at it, that was her shadow. We just happened to wander into Alice's palace using Emma. That would be the most logical explanation.
Damn it! Whatever it is doesn't change the fact that we're in deep shit.
We need more intel. Let's investigate the area. If this really is a palace, the distortion has to have a core somewhere. We need to find the treasure. Oh, I'm even getting a faint whiff of it. If we look around, we may be able to learn what's going on too. We'll get a better idea of what to do next, depending on what we find.
Guess we're doing this.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, I wonder if we'll be able to have the whole team at once. That would be cool, all 8 of us. Giant eyes in her hair, huh?
Who are these little guys?
Your Majesty, we captured these thieves, but we couldn't seize their desires. We have instead brought them to you.
Couldn't seize their desires? Explain yourselves. You look pretty cool.
I am cool, thank you.
So, what's your name?
I'll only tell you if you promise to say it back to me.
Joker!
Wait, you're not tied up anymore, Morgana.
Ah, so you're Joker, huh? Come now, Joker. You need to answer properly when your queen asks a
I only have one queen, and it's not you.
Quit it, asshole!
Ugh, would you shut your mouth? Or are you looking for punishment too?
What? Shit! Just try it!
Ugh, what a bore. I just stopped caring. Get rid of them, however. I don't want toys that don't do as they're told. Bye-bye.
Playtime with triple zeros, huh? This game is an optimist. Landed on your feet, huh, Morgana?
Hey, you guys okay?
Yeah, luckily.
Man, that was some real shit. Even worse was that effing... So that's what she's really like, huh? How about you, Joker? She really whacked you good.
I'll get back at her.
You said it. Damn that Alice. Acting like she's top shit. I'm gonna be so pissed off until we finally get back at her. So, where are we now?
A garbage dump, apparently.
Looks like we wound up underground. I'd say it's some sort of garbage
Thank you,
dump.
Morgana.
For now, let's just focus on getting out of here.
This place is disgusting. Who just dumps people into garbage like that?
Let's find a way out as soon as possible. We don't know what we'll run into either. Let's keep an eye on how we're holding up as we press on.
And you'll have to check the status of party members and adjust equipment, among other things. Cool. I can have different personas. Cool.
Oh!
Got no items. I can't equip Ryuji or Morgana. Ugh, this place is full of garbage. Where are we, anyways? I don't know, but we should look for an exit. Well, this looks important. Looks like some sort of container. It's the Omni-Cube from Transformers. Sophia, huh? Well, what would you like me to become? Oh, hello. So you're another metaverse construct, huh?
What is this place? Who are you?
I am a phantom thief.
You are a phantom thief? I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
Humanity's companion?
Correct. That means I make for a good companion to people. Are you human? Do you have a name? Joker. Okay, I memorized it. Joker, do you know where this place is?
Hey, I just heard something! I mean, who are you?
What is it, Joker? Can I help you? A raccoon? Try a cat! Wait, don't try a cat!
Make up your mind. Anyway, who's this? Got a real funky getup.
She popped out of a box.
What?
I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
So my guess is Alice. I'm guessing this is a metaverse AI that Alice based Emma on, or whoever built Emma based Emma on Sophia. The way she's talking and the way she came out of that cube.
Were you dumped down here by that Alice girl too? I just learned that I have no memories, so I do not know.
Wait, what?
Hey, you two, come here for a second. Who is that, Joker?
She said she doesn't have any memories?
Well, we've dealt with that before.
She came out of a giant box?
What kind of crazy shit is that? Way too weird.
She doesn't seem to be a shadow, though. She doesn't even seem hostile.
Well, whatever she is, we still gotta find a way out. Nobody's solving any problems in this dump, that's for sure.
In trouble?
Whoa! Where did you...
If you're in trouble, I can help. I am humanity's companion. My purpose is to be helpful to humans.
So, you want to help us out?
Correct. What is your problem?
Well, we're lost. I guess we're looking for a way out of here?
A way. Will reaching the surface solve your problem of a way out of here? Yeah. It would? Okay, I've got it. I'm searching for a way out of here. Whoa, hey! Don't go out there alone! What now?
Well, we should protect her. We should follow. We can't just leave her here.
Right. She could be attacked by shadows any second now.
You sure about that? She's still super suspicious. But I guess we shouldn't ditch her either. Hey, you better watch out for shadows! Ah, crap, too late!
Get behind us, Sophia!
Oh, is she gonna fight with us? Nope, doesn't look like it.
Where the hell did they come from?
Nobody's coming for us if we go down here. Let's get him!
Yep, I spent 2.5 million yen in the last 4 months.
Whew. We got through that somehow. Sophia, right? You hurt or anything?
No problems here. Why was I attacked? Assaulting others without reason is not proper behavior.
Not exactly sure how to explain it, but those guys are called shadows.
And we're the Phantom Thieves. We're considered dangerous rebels by the ruler of this place. Intruders they want to eliminate.
The Phantom Thieves. That's really cool.
Aw, thank you for saying so.
That's what you have to say? Compliment, I guess. Anyway, there is a shit ton of shadows around here. If you want to help us, then let's all go together.
I can find a way out of here. You only need to wait for me.
You're actually going to help us out?
I have been helping you this entire time. Joker helped me first. Now I will be helpful for him. Use me as needed, Joker.
Alright, you're weird, but I guess you really do want to help.
It's your call, Joker.
Let's do this together.
Okay, that sounds nice, Joker. Along with the cat and the skeleton.
What? I'm not a skeleton.
Skull short for Skullington now.
No, it's not.
No, wait, just because I look like this doesn't make me a cat.
He's actually a raccoon. I'm gonna say it.
Joker!
I'm Skull. Don't screw it up.
And I'm Mona, okay? Don't you forget it.
What has upset you?
Alright, let's be careful. We'd be fine, but we don't want to endanger Sophia. Try staying out of sight.
Record the hint to help you complete the objective. Skull is short for Skullathan. Oh, an item.
Wait, a shadow!
Oh, mini boss. All right.
Shit, it's still hanging around.
We've got Sophia with us. We should just avoid it if we can.
Are you saying that's in your way?
Yeah, we can't escape unless we get past here.
Okay, I've got it.
Huh? You got
Oh
what?
no! What's she gonna do?
Yo, wait up!
Who are you? Intruders!
That's not a mini boss. Oh, all right.
We are the Phantom Thieves.
We, huh?
Holy shit, she just beat him!
No way! Is that a persona?
What are you doing?
I am helping the Phantom Thieves. Don't take it personally.
Hell yeah, let's do this. Whoops. Wrong direction.
Let's go. Right here. Persona.
Oh, I'm low on SP. Check out our weapons. All right.
Okay, we beat them.
Wait. You're so effing strong. You should have told us right away you could fight.
But you never asked.
That's a fair point.
Just that, but your clothes. What in the world? That's completely different from our own transformations.
I copied what you do and ended up like this.
You know, I don't think she's looking sharp, but I'm going to compliment her. Looking sharp.
Dude, that ain't the issue. More importantly, are you some kind of persona user?
Persona?
The things you were using during the fight. Those boxes flying around.
That was a weapon. I needed it to fight.
Sophia, just what in the world are you?
I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
Yeah, we already heard that one.
There's still just too much we don't know. But we don't have the time to figure it out now either. Getting out of here needs to be our #1 priority.
Yeah, we really don't need her getting any more attention from the enemy. Hey, let's just have her help us out. Considering what we just saw, I don't think we'll have a problem.
Agreed. We have no idea what's ahead of us. The more firepower, the better. Can you lend us a hand, Sophia?
Okay, I've got it.
We'll be counting on you.
Right. You'll be counting on me.
Well, let's move. Lead the way, Shorty.
Understood.
Oh, right. Keep track of how you're holding up. You need any healing items?
Consumable items can be used in the item submenu. This can also be done during battles. Whoops. Yo-yo? Her melee weapon is a yo-yo? Alright.
Okay, I think we're clear. Let's move it.
Oh, they don't hang out with me. They just... What's over here? They don't hang out with me. They just, show up when battle starts.
Huh? The heck is that?
Dirty phone case, huh? Alright.
I've located a treasure chest.
And me without my perma-pick.
What's inside, Joker?
Wait, it had a lock on it. Why could I open that?
Fire!
10 HP, alright.
Check anything suspicious looking. Never know what you might find.
Why can't I climb up that ladder? I could double jump. Oh.
Shadows incoming! A whole load of them. Get ready! There are more ways to target an enemy's weakness than skills alone, remember?
Take this! Take this!
Shadow down! Next one!
Wipe him out! Take this! Let's go!
Now I'm even more dependable.
Cool, he's got Dia back. Oh, that is a double jump.
Oh well, what do we have here? Not sensing any shadows. Okay, good to go. Stay on your toes, Joker. You've got skills
Enemies can also use skill when the skill name appears above an enemy. It means they are preparing to use that skill.
Hey, Joker, you think you could find your way up there?
Oh, mini bosses.
Wait,
Yeah, the battle music in this rocks.
they haven't spotted us yet.
Should I wipe them out for you?
You know, sure.
Here's a tip on us Phantom Thieves. We avoid charging headfirst into battle whenever possible. Let's try those stairs for now.
But I want to fight him. Can I fight him?
Let's try those stairs for now.
No, I can't fight him.
See that hanging there, Joker? You thinking what I'm thinking? Right where we want it. Now let him.
All right. Oh, cool.
All that's left, popping up the rest.
It looks like I've learned another new skill.
Pithos, huh? Kohar, question mark? Rakunda, question mark? Dia, question mark? Strong against light, weak to curse.
Yay! We
Aw.
won.
Don't celebrate just yet. Aren't we in a dead end?
There. If we climb there, we can proceed.
Guess there's no other option.
I've got eyes on them.
They just don't quit. Let's take them down, Joker.
Come on and tear up, make a wish, pick a tide, and decide what's right. Can't you see the light? Crying one more thing.
Oh, an exploding one. Man, considering how strong we were by the end of Persona 5, these must be some pretty fucking badass jack-o'-lanterns.
Showtime! Mark set! Here!
cookies. Wow, that was amazing.
This prison keeping you down. Break free from these
Ooh, you got another persona. Looks like that power you've got is alive and well.
The enemy became a mask? Explain this.
He seals a shadow's form and power into a mask, turning it into a persona.
Oh, interesting.
Alright, well, Pixie, huh?
Not a shadow in sight. Better keep moving. Enemy ahead!
Now we face a mini-boss. Hey, it's a bicorn.
Joker, try that persona you just got.
Left and right while holding R1, persona change. Alright.
Persona! Pixie! Take it!
Each character has their own unique set of skills known as Master Arts. By using that character, they will gradually learn these abilities. Oh ho! I can swap between characters. Three is locked on. Ow! Ow! Ow, rude!
Let's go! Persona! Got it! Come!
This should do it!
It's over!
That's the way, Joker!
Fix it!
And a bicorn, alright. Get Jack-o'-lantern, alright.
Getting stronger every day.
How are you holding up? Make sure you heal yourself when you need it.
Wrong button, hang on. We're all good on HP. But I'm low on SP.
Hang on. It looks like this is the exit.
Oh, hell yes. Let's get our asses out of here.
I hate that circle is accept. I know that's how it is in Japan, but I got so used to doing it in Persona 5 with X.
We finally made it out.
This is still the metaverse, though. Stay on guard.
Please wait.
What is it, Sophia? Find something?
I have found it. A way out of here is nearby.
For real? Wait, how'd you figure that out?
I suddenly knew it. Like,
Seriously?
Alright, that's kind of adorable.
the exit is close. Follow me.
Hey, wait! Sophia!
What is her deal?
Oh, I don't know, but we need to move it.
A castle, huh?
Is this the way out you mentioned, Sophia?
Yes, this is what I had detected previously.
And it is?
It's fine. It leads outside.
Leads outside?
Seems like the exit from the metaverse, Morgana.
Everything will get all for a moment, but then you'll be out of here.
What the hell kind of explanation is that? How do you know we'll be okay?
Trust me, Joker.
Might as well try it.
I'm glad you're willing to trust me.
Looks like we've only got one option here.
Huh? Ain't you coming too?
I am... What should I do?
Let's all go back together.
Joker's got the right idea, Sophia. This place is crawling with shadows. Staying here would only end badly for you.
But...
Jeez, what's it gonna take?
I wonder what form she'll take in the real world.
What are you doing?
We don't leave folks behind to die. Just get in the damn portal with us.
So you want me to come with you? Oh, okay.
Well, here goes. 1, 2... This is the real world, right?
Yep. Looks like we're back all right.
You have successfully returned from the jail. Welcome back.
Jail?
Hang on, Sophia, where'd she go?
Is she an app on my phone?
I don't think I'm seeing her.
Hey, Shorty, get your ass over here!
Come on, Ryuji.
Don't yell that in public, idiot!
Need something?
Hey, there she is.
Was that Sophia's voice?
Coming from the phone. She's an app on my phone.
Where is she?
I'm in front of you, inside Joker's phone.
My phone is acting weird.
What's with the floating head?
I mean, that's obviously Sophia, Ryuji.
Yo.
Whoa, she just popped up.
Oh, did you change your outfits?
Is that really you, Sophia?
Yep, I'm really me. But who are you?
I'm still Mona. I just look like a cat in this world.
How big is the SD card in this phone?
You're Mona?
The phone is magic.
So, you really weren't a raccoon?
I already told you that.
Wait, why are you on his phone now?
Why am I? Because I am an AI.
An AI?
That's that smart thing, right?
Futaba told us all about it. She's an artificial intelligence.
For real?
I'm glad you're safe.
I have your phone to thank for that. I was thrown into endless light. When I tracked down Joker's scent, I ended up here.
So you're saying I smell bad? Is it because I never take baths? There isn't a shower in LeBlanc, you know.
Sent? Who are you, Morgana?
So since she's an AI, she turned into Data when she came to this world.
That mean you're living in his phone?
It is somewhat small, but it's cozy and has everything I need. Care to join me?
I don't even have the energy.
Anyway, it's a big relief knowing you made it out of there safely.
Hey, but what about all those other people we saw in there? Are they still, you know...
I don't know. But I seriously doubt normal folks would be able to fight against that.
Let's rescue them.
I get what you're saying, but if we charge in without a plan, we're just going to wind up captured too.
Yeah, let's get the crew and all go in.
A new part of the metaverse has its own version of a palace that we access through Emma. It even has a ruler shadow. Odds are that something horrible is happening right now.
I've got a bad feeling.
Yeah, me too. Let's get to LeBlanc. We'll hammer out our course of action with everyone there.
And what about her?
It appears I cannot exit this phone. When I came to this world, I connected to the internet and learned a great many things. But my memory is still erased. I also found no means of data recovery. Furthermore, I am stuck here. What should I do next?
We'll take care of you. If I say come see where I'm crashing, she's gonna think like a program crashing. Sophia knows memes now.
So we're both crashing somewhere.
Also, introducing Sophia to everyone else will probably make the explanation easier.
Wonder how that's gonna go over. Especially when they hear all the palace type shit.
There are more Phantom Thieves?
Oh, you bet. You've met 3 of us. There are 8.
Yeah, we got ourselves a whole gang. One of them will probably flip her wig over you, too.
Okay. That sounds pretty fun.
I see. You're saying you entered the metaverse with Alice Hiragi's invitation and met a sentient AI named Sophia, who is now in your phone.
When you put it that way, you make it sound crazy.
But I'm telling you, it's the truth.
We're just messing with you. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
I really didn't want to believe it myself. We know what a cognitive world like that means, after all.
We understand. None of us would make up something like this. However, there's a chance this Sophia may know more than we do about this situation.
Nope, she's got no memories.
She's still with you, right? Could we speak with her?
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything Sophia can add that could help us figure out what's happening. Could you come join us, Sophia?
Yo, Phantom Thieves.
Whoa, what is that?
I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
That's really Sophia?
Wow, I can't believe this is happening.
This is what you can't believe is happening?
Is this some sort of hideout? There seem to be a number of Phantom Thieves present.
She's humming to herself?
What in heaven? Such an adorable design. I can feel the charm, the pain, the tenacity within.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, this is Sophia.
Nice meeting you.
Okay, an AI with genuine will is just way too advanced.
Right? We couldn't believe it either.
Care to introduce yourselves?
That's right, we're meeting for the first time. Nice to meet you, Sophia. I'm Makoto Nijima.
My name's Haru Okumura. We're both college students, but I also help out with my family's company.
I'm An Takamaki. I'm a 3rd year in high school, and I do some modeling too.
My name is Yusuke Kitagawa. I continuously strive to master the arts as we know them.
So, I'm next, huh?
Excited, huh?
I'm Futaba Sakura, and I kinda suck at socializing, but I wanna be friends and stuff.
Nah, you did great, Futaba. In fact, I bet you and Sophia will get along real awesome.
Makoto, Haru, An, Yusuke, and Futaba. You all have much more normal names than Joker.
Ooh, right. We skipped that part. So, we're the Phantom Thieves, but...
We call each other by code names in the metaverse, so our enemies won't discover our real identities.
Code names?
My name's actually Ryuji Sakamoto. The cat's Morgana, and he's...
Yeah, finish that sentence, Ryuji. Say my name!
Okay, I'll remember that.
So you really are a computer program?
Correct. Would you like to see my source code?
Oh, yes. Show me.
Take it down a notch, okay? You can see it after we get through these questions.
First off, why were you in the metaverse?
I do not know, because my memory is gone.
Could you have the AI version of amnesia or something? That seems difficult to recover from.
If your data just crashed, I could take a look and try restoring it.
It is impossible. I have already tried every potential solution.
Yeah, based on your specs, I guess it's not surprising you already thought of that.
Can you recall anything at all?
Only the command I received at initialization.
You don't sound too sure of that.
Be humanity's companion. That was the command I was issued. I remember nothing else.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't let it bother you too much, Sophia. I was in the exact same situation when I first met these guys.
Thank you.
I've still got a shit ton of questions about Sophia, but we have some real work to do first.
Right, the metaverse. And what we saw.
From what you saw, that means Alice Hiragi has a palace in Shibuya, right?
Yeah, she was calling herself the Queen, being all high and mighty, ordering shadows around. All that kind of shit.
There's no doubt that was the cognitive world, but something about it was awfully different from the palaces.
What is it?
Real humans were being attacked by shadows.
There were people inside the palace?
Yep, they all get invited in with those key cards.
You mean they had access to the Metaverse Navigator?
Seeing as they have Emma installed on their phones. Yep. But yeah, we got some news about that, guys.
But that disappeared for all of us.
I know, right? That's where this comes in.
You mean Emma?
Yep. For some reason, this thing worked just like the MetaNav did.
We accidentally entered Alice's Emma keyword and got sent to the metaverse.
No, we entered the keyword on purpose. We just didn't know what would happen.
Wait, that means Emma is dangerous.
But you can just uninstall it. The MetaNav didn't work like that.
There's one more thing that's been bothering me. When we got back to this world, Emma said we returned from the jail.
Jail?
The only thing we figured out is that this new place is called a jail.
She thinks of her life as an idol as a prison, I'll bet. I'll bet that's why.
So, could you guys check out the palace, or jail, or whatever with us?
Good point. There's no progressing any further unless we see it with our own eyes.
I'm also having a hard time buying Alice as the ruler of a palace.
Well, too bad, because we saw her.
Are we going to scout it out together? I think the sooner the better. Is it even safe for us to enter, though? What if we all just end up captured?
There were no enemies in the vicinity of the exit. It's fine to enter through there.
Well, are we going to head back to that place tomorrow?
Absolutely. Sounds like a plan.
Right, we've got our mission.
Very well. I look forward to seeing this jail. Let's say we meet at the connecting bridge in Shibuya.
Oh man, what if Futaba is in the battle now?
But first, I get to see Sophia's code. You promised, remember? Oh, this is gonna be the info dump of a lifetime. I promise. You won't feel a thing.
Are you confident this is wise?
I guess so. I mean, at least we know she's got computer skills.
Ah, man. This is what happens when we get back together. Oh, talk about an ass-busting summer vacation.
Huh? What is it?
What about our life-changing Kyoto excursion? Our barbecue extravaganza?
Extravaganza? You mean our camping trip?
It looks like we'll just have to postpone.
He was looking forward to that barbecue.
Damned metaverse. I vow to slice you to ribbons.
Haha. You can't slice the metaverse, dude. Just save it for the shadows.
Man, could today have been any more drama-packed? We really ought to have Futaba poke around in Sophia once we have the time for it. Phrasing, Morgana! Phrasing, Jesus.
I'll just add this.
They switched save and... They switched the save and menu commands, too.
Hey,
Are you done thinking over what happened today? I think Futaba's waiting on you.
I see. What? But how? I mean, with this over here? Damn, so that's it.
so what do you think, Futaba? How's Sophia's code look?
Well, her programmer is a genius. No doubt about that. You can figure a person out by their code, and not just their skill level. Their habits, thought processes, even their personalities are there. This code is so advanced that even I can't read it and comprehend it right away. It'll take me weeks, even months to actually grasp how Sophia works.
Take you months? Ooh, that's a serious program.
She's a sentient AI, Morgana. That is a serious program.
I don't understand. Do you mean I'm impressive?
Yeah, you're impressive. You're some kind of super AI. If you ever went public, everyone would call Emma Old Hat.
Old hat?
When something was popular at one point but stops being popular, it becomes old hat. It's a saying people don't really use anymore.
Okay, I've got it. You are very knowledgeable, Futaba.
Nah, most of her knowledge is memes.
Don't go teaching her too much weird stuff, okay? While we're at it, did you see anything about Sophia's past? Her programmer's name, or a company's maybe?
Nothing yet. And most of those leave a signature of some sort in their work, too. Anyway, I'm gonna keep cracking at it from home. I'll let you know once I find anything new.
I can walk you home.
I'm good. It's just around the block. Well, folks, time for me to make like a tree.
She made... like a tree?
Are we not going to explain that slang to her? Said goodnight to Futaba, then headed to bed ourselves.
Boy, was that a hell of a day. I never would have imagined something like this would happen.
All we can do is... I just wanted to have fun.
I know, but we don't have a choice. We'll cut loose once things are settled. Well, the metaverse reappearing may have been a surprise, but even that doesn't compare with Sophia.
Did you call for me?
We were just talking about how you're a huge...
What do we do with Sophia, by the way? If the phone is off, is she just sitting there? Is she awake?
Talking cat.
Good point. Wait, I don't have to take that from some mystery app. By the way, how does some top-of-the-line program lose all its memory, huh? I mean, AI are supposed to be super smart, right?
That is... inarguably true.
Aw, don't get too down over it.
I am humanity's companion. If I am not helpful, then I am useless.
Nah, all you need to be is yourself. Also, you were helpful in battle.
Don't be so hard on yourself. At least you remember that much, right?
Right. I think that means it's important.
But is being helpful all you'll do to become a good companion?
Is that not how it works? Please explain. How else can one be a companion?
Oh, how do we explain friendship?
Huh? Well, I guess you just have to find a way to understand the human heart.
Hearts?
Right. Then you'll be able to empathize with other people and be a good companion to them. I guess.
The human heart.
Look, just don't worry about it. All you need to do is join us and learn from all the kinds of people we meet. In exchange, you lend a hand to the Phantom Thieves. So I guess you could call this a
Social link with Sophia?
Okay. That is a decent deal. Especially since it should help me become a good companion for humanity.
Yep. So long as it's good with our leader.
Let's do this together.
Okay, we'll do this together.
Then it's a deal. Glad to have you on board, Sophia. We've got plenty of scouting to do tomorrow. We should get some rest.
Okay. Good night, Morgana.
Say it. Wish me good night. Wish me good night. You can do it. We're back to our former hideout in Shibuya to go check out the jail together.
Great. Everyone's here. We're going to be infiltrating the jail. Are we ready?
We've done this many a time. We can't imagine anyone being fazed by this.
Yeah, bro! Bring it!
We're very short on intel, so we need to be cautious. We'll just scout the general area for this trip.
We used Emma to enter, right? Is there anything special we need to do?
No. We just opened the app and said the right keyword.
Find the right name in Emma's search results, then enter the correct keyword on the friend request screen.
Yeah, you got it, Futaba. Leave it to the super hacker to explain this stuff.
That had nothing to do with hacking. Even you should know how to explain it.
Stop shitting on Ryuji!
Just choose our point of entry.
There will be no enemies in the area from which we escaped yesterday. Upon reaching the relevant location, you will only need to speak the keyword.
Seems all that's left is to trust Sophia and see where she leads us.
Now let's do this thing.
There's the crew.
Well, did we make
There's the crew.
Your Phantom Thief attire.
Yeah, you too.
I'd forgotten this feeling. The fusion of form and function. Truly magnificent.
Look, it's Beauty Thief.
My name is Beauty Thief.
Let's not fool around here. I admit, though, these clothes do bring back some memories.
We can reminisce later. Take a look at that view.
So, this is the jail?
Just what is that building? This place is bonkers.
Nothing escapes the atrocious color scheme of this place.
It looks like that because of someone's cognition, correct?
Right. Most likely Alice's. The distortion has to be exceptionally strong there for a reason.
So you're saying that's the stronghold of the Queen ruling over this jail? Its appearance certainly fits the notion.
The buildings around here still look pretty normal, though. Looks like that place over there has a limited range of distortion. The first time we came here, we entered by the crossing down there. That's where we saw a group of cop shadows taking stuff out of people's chests.
Oh, you mean that jewel we saw? hell was up with that?
That may have been a desire. Yo, Phantom Thieves!
Ah! Sophia! Holy crap, an actual AI in human form!
Wow, you're so cute, Sophia.
Such a fascinating form you've taken. I can't stop staring at the beautifully curved...
Down, Yusuke.
I've never seen an outfit like that. Can I try floofing it?
Floofing?
I think she wants to get a feel for the fabric of your clothes while hugging you, Sophia.
Request denied. I am neither a child nor a pet.
Aww, no floofing.
By the by, how does H work for an AI?
Not right now. Sophia, tell us more about the desire you mentioned.
That is the term used by shadows here. They say things such as, seize their desires, and we must offer these desires to the monarch. Based on their language and behavior, I speculate the aforementioned jewel was in fact a desire.
That does make sense. When we saw Alice here, she mentioned desires too. So if Alice is the monarch, then she really is the ruler of this jail.
But these desires, are they actually made up of the things people desire? Seizing desires of all things. What use would they have for those?
Finding out what happened to the folks who got jumped could tell us something.
Where could those victims be now? I don't see a place from here where they may be held.
I don't know. Maybe they're being held somewhere else.
Say, about those people you witnessed being attacked, are you sure they were humans?
What do you mean?
Cognitive beings,
Couldn't they
Ryuji.
have been shadows or something? If there are humans getting captured and imprisoned in this jail right now, wouldn't there be a huge commotion in our world? Groups of people going missing out of the blue.
Now there's a point. I haven't heard a peep about that online.
They could just be getting kicked back out of the palace and into the real world once their desires have been stolen.
So, no one is actually disappearing from reality?
I see. Shadows.
What are shadows?
A shadow's the parts of you suppressed within your subconscious. It's basically just your other self.
Does that mean their main selves are alright?
No. The shadow and the actual self are two sides of the same coin.
So if a desire is taken from someone's shadow, what happens to the person in reality?
I mean, that's what we were doing.
I gotta say, I'm getting a bad vibe from all this.
Are they trying to influence reality by doing something to the shadows?
Then how are we to act? This sounds like a crisis. Shouldn't we rescue the victims right away?
No. That was just speculation. After all, we've only witnessed the cognitive world side of things. Until we find out how all this is affecting the real world, we can only know half of what's going on. I'd say the first thing we need to do is investigate Alice and her victims.
Plus, if we make the wrong move in the cognitive world, there's a chance the ruler could have a shutdown in the real world.
Right. We need to get the story straight before we make any real moves, or we'll just be doing damage.
Let's look into catching some Z's. Let's look into Alice.
Got it. But what are we gonna do? Crashing some random store opening probably only works once.
Let's say we get into that once we're out of here.
Okay, let's get out of here.
We're just gonna walk in, look, and walk back out? That was the whole trip?
Well, we've confirmed the presence of the jail. Next, we look into Alice and any potential victims.
And how do we do that? Look into what?
The usual rumor mills, looking for anything about Alice. Gossip about her being abusive or other messed up stuff.
Good idea. Let's gather any intel that we can, both online and on the streets.
I've got the web crawling covered.
But if we're ever to gain conclusive proof of any rumors, I believe we'll need direct access to her at some point.
Direct access to a pop star sounds awfully tough.
About...
Ah, I thought she knew her.
We get to meet Alice tomorrow.
What? For real? How?
Well, I had asked the modeling agency's president if I could meet her sometime. I heard she'd be on a TV show filming nearby, so I asked if I could visit the set. I was hoping to learn from her by watching her in action. I gave up on it after making plans with you guys, but I might be able to get the ball rolling again in
Well, that's awesome. Very helpful, On.
The timing's nothing short of kismet.
Yeah, way to go, Lady Ann.
But I'm not making any promises about it, and there's no way we'd get to approach her either. Plus, our full group's just too big. The most I could even ask to bring is just one more.
And that's going to be me, right? Everyone looks at me.
Well, that settles that. We're counting on you.
Give Alice shit when you meet her so you can get some evidence out of her.
How exactly?
I don't know. Try hitting on her.
No, I will not betray Makoto.
Idiot. Her manager will be right there too. She's not gonna pay us any attention anyway.
I think I'll tag along with you. We'll be fine so long as no one sees me. For today, let's focus on her potential victims. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
I should write something.
I'm going to save, and I'm going to take a quick break because I forgot to eat breakfast this morning, and I am starving. So I will be back in a few minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll see you in a bit.
Let's see. see.
She's not that great.
Everything shit.
Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that ridiculous?
She's not that great.
This is so awesome. You know about Emma?
Isn't Emma great?
She's not that great.
Let's go. You know about Emma? Give it a rest.
Let's see.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Alright, I'm back. Let's get investigating. Ugh, so hot out. You ever wonder why we have to wear jackets in this weather? Our company's so old-fashioned, forcing us businessmen to wear suits. Ugh, too many people. Can't do it. Want to go home. Yikes, are you okay, Futaba? I thought you said school had gotten you used to crowds. I underestimated the summer vacation edition of Shibuya. The swarm of partiers is just too much for me. And even ignoring that, going up to people I don't know and eavesdropping on them or pumping them for intel is way out of my league. I'll take care of it. He's right. Leave this to us. You've got the online front locked down, Futaba.
This should be helpful.
I can lend you a hand, Futaba. We can both lock down the online front. Ooh, thanks, Sophia. Time to join forces as a cyber sleuth tag team. Okay, I'll help however you'd like. Nice recruiting, Futaba. We're counting on you two.
Thanks.
Thanks for talking to me, guys. I'm feeling a little more comfortable out here now. Oh, hey, why don't you take this, Lore, for helping me out? May it aid you on your quest for intel. Salty papaya?
Now then.
My.
20 SP. You can taste sodium in it.
Leave it to me.
Interesting.
Alice is more popular than I had imagined. I wouldn't be able to avoid hearing people speak of her, even if I wanted to. So, Alice in Wonderland. I admit it's an intriguing and visually striking space to work within as an artist. Dude, I think I found someone that was in the jail. Can you come to the alley behind the airsoft shop? I was going to go there anyway to see if I could find you why. I knew people went crazy for her stuff, but this is something else. I keep hearing stories about relationships going south, even folks ending up hospitalized for exhaustion, and Alice's name always comes up. Could she really have something to do with all of it? But how? And why? I guess there's no point getting stressed over it now. Oh, I know. Are you hungry? No good ideas on an empty stomach, you know. I'm going to grab a crepe and start the brainstorm. I already know which kind I want. Extra chocolate and extra whipped cream. Ooh, and maybe I'll have them add strawberries. Hearing that burst my belt. Really? Then there's no reason not to go all out at this point. Let's throw a triple scoop of vanilla and the full mixed berry toppings on there. Oh, she has more to say.
See you later.
Once I've had my brain food, I'll get back to gathering intel and putting it all together. Stay hydrated, okay, Lore? It's a hot one. Alice? Of course I've heard of her. Everyone in class has, especially the boys. They love her. My friend's boyfriend even went as far as breaking off their relationship, all because he took a sudden interest in Alice. I know she's cute and all, but cute enough to leave somebody behind? I peeked into a store in 705 a few moments ago, and all the customers had that invitation card. Her number of friends is probably increasing as we speak. Alice? Is this an interview or something? Sorry, but I hate her guts. Go ask someone else. Alice is the type who toys with people's lives. She only cares about fans lining her pockets. Oh, I can buy stuff here. Cool.
Thank you.
Really?
Hey, welcome.
ready to order? See you again.
So, Dragon, like a Yakuza, is finally out? Oh, I can't just go by myself, though. Should I grab a couple tickets? How long have you been there? No need. The posters just caught my eye is all. Anyway, I heard quite a few employees at this theater were let go all of a sudden. And the rumor is it's all because they weren't fans of Alice. What's that about? No one gets fired for such an absurd reason without something going on behind the scenes. Alice, you're so freaking adorable. No one could ever compare to you. I'll do anything for you. Buy you fancy jewelry. Take you out to the finest restaurants. I'd sign my life over to you if I could. This guy's completely lost it. It's like he can't even see us. I've heard of being crazy for someone, but this is way too far. Before we talk to Ryuji, let's go down into the underground walkway. Oh, that's a ticket gate.
Hey.
Oh, I can't. All right. Can I?
So,
Yo, Ryuji.
Hey.
Check out the guy with the brown hair. Wasn't he at Alice's thing? At first I figured he might be one of them from the whacked out look in his eyes, and yep, ain't no mistaking that kind of crazy. That dude in the front of Bujiko was acting pretty much the same, right? No way that's a coincidence. Come on, man, I need the money, please. Again? I just lent you money for all your Alice-obsessed bullshit. I know, but there's a new Alice original coming out, and I really, really need it. Like, I won't even be able to think or breathe if I don't get it. That guy with the brown hair, it's the same guy we saw before, right? Dude, why are you suddenly obsessed over some random-ass idol in the first place? Are you serious, though? You actually went to a loan shark? I can't believe you. So he's borrowing from shady lenders only to get shady merchandise in return. That ain't normal. And didn't the other guy say he suddenly got obsessed? Could it be the influence of the metaverse? How's the information search going? Why don't we meet up and share what we've gathered so far?
what are you gonna do?
Makoto's got a good point. Should we gather everyone up? Wait, Iwai's place is closed? Why is Iwai's place closed? Let's do it. Alright, then let's go meet up at the connecting bridge.
So, how'd it go? Anyone learn anything useful
You can
about
check it.
potential victims?
Yeah, we spotted a couple familiar faces.
We found some of the people who were attacked in the jail.
You really found them?
Which means the ones ambushed.
He's
in the
away with
jail
Kaoru
were
on a
indeed
family
only their
trip.
shadows
Gotcha.
And not their human forms.
There's still one thing. They're all acting real weird.
Weird how?
They're all totally crazy for Alice. They're even getting loans so they can buy more shit at her store. That's pretty weird.
Now that you mention it, I saw others behaving similarly in Shibuya.
Yeah, like this one couple nearly splitting up when the boyfriend bought everything Alice-related he could find.
There were even people let
Excuse
go
me.
from their jobs because they weren't Alice fans themselves.
I've even found some reports of Alice fans straight up assaulting outspoken critics of hers.
At first I figured Alice was just the latest fad, but this seems so much worse than that. Maybe the people who had the desires taken from them went crazy.
If that's the case, then we have to do something.
Agreed. If such aberrant behavior continues to rise, we could easily find ourselves in an unwinnable position.
With the metaverse involved, we're the only people who can stop this. We have to help.
It looks like you've finished gathering intel on Alice's victims. Would you like to investigate her next?
Well, that'll have to wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is do or die time.
Yep, let's break for today and pick this back up tomorrow after your trip.
Good luck with the Alice visit, you three.
Thanks. We're on it.
How long was the summer vacation in Persona 5?
Heading out?
I can't remember.
Coming back.
Oh, hey, it's the cop dude.
Boss, this curry is fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
So this is going out live.
Oh, it's this show again.
Even I'm starting to get a little nervous. You still good?
Hey, stay in the bag. If they find out we brought a pet in here, they'll kick us out.
A pet?
Behave yourself in there.
Well, I guess if I can't be seen, you two do your best to blend in too.
We're fine. All we're gonna do is watch.
Should I also make efforts to blend in?
Yeah, just hang tight for a bit, Sophia.
No prob.
Ooh, here she comes.
Miss Alice on the set!
How are you going to sit down in that get-up?
Crap. Oh, she really is adorable.
Cutting back from commercial. Back in 5, 4, 3.
And now, on to the hottest meet and greet segment of the show. We have a special guest with us today. She has taken the fashion world by storm and conquered it. Please welcome the designer, Alice Hiragi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Alice. You sure have been keeping busy these days, haven't you?
It's only thanks to all my fans that I've been able to do what I do.
And what a number of fans you have. Talk about strong support. Am I wrong to presume that you designed the outfit you're wearing
That's
today?
probably why it's so ugly.
It's just so cute. Very expressive.
Thank you so much. The theme of my current line is Alice in Wonderland. I feel like fashion is a rare and beautiful thing that can take anyone into a world built on their dreams. You can find a side to yourself that maybe you didn't even know you had. Fashion can do so much for us. I try my hardest to focus on that whenever I design a new piece.
Such wise words from a successful industry veteran. What inspiration originally spurred you into fashion design, if you don't mind?
To be honest, I was very shy growing up. I didn't have any friends at school. I would get so lonely. I wanted to change so much, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. Then, one day, I saw the most beautiful dress in a shop window. When I put it on, the whole world felt new. It was like I was hit with this blinding ray of light. I really can change. That's what wearing it made me think. I strive each day to give that same feeling to every person who tries on one of my designs. I want to give that ray of light to others. That's what inspired me to enter the fashion industry.
Really? Huh.
Haha, now I can see why the young people love you so much. How do you handle all the dating rumors?
Oh no, what happened to this guy?
What?
You okay there, buddy?
I don't get it. Is this some kind of scripted thing? I wonder what's wrong.
you okay?
Alice, I love you, Alice. Please, spend your life with me.
What? Hey, what is all this, huh?
I didn't realize until now. I love you.
This is really out of the blue. All right, stop it. Yeah, this bit's going on a little too long.
I mean it. I can't live without you.
What in the hell? And what about me, asshole?
Oh no. Workplace relationship?
Is this real? Those two are engaged already, right?
Wow, what a train wreck. I can't believe this.
Cut the commercial! Now!
I'm begging you, Alice, please.
Just shut up already! What has happened to you?
What is this mess?
Yep, she knows. She knows what's going on. They canceled filming on the spot and escorted everyone off the set. Oh, those poor people.
That was actually live on TV, right?
Ooh, can't believe he spilled his beans like that. Even I thought he went overboard with it.
So, then do you think that host had his desire taken by Alice?
Sure did. Maybe.
Like, what kind of professional host would do that on live TV?
True. He didn't seem like he was in his right frame of mind.
I hope his relationship survives that.
Like he wasn't even there and someone else was controlling him.
Morgana, that's it! I don't know if all this is right, but his personality changed like when someone's heart was stolen. After the treasure.
So she takes people's desires and corrupts them to be about her. So she's hoarding people's desires, which affects their cognition in the real world and makes it so that they can't do anything but obsess over her.
Maybe Alice can control anyone whose desire she steals.
If the desire is turned over to the ruler, they wind up under their control. Like with Alice. I see. That would really explain it. Amazing as always, Lady Ann.
But that would mean...
She's brainwashing people.
Yeah, looks like it. Alice said she wants to be a ray of light for people.
Yeah, but that's her rehearsed explanation.
That's what I've always wanted too.
You're very different from her, Ann.
I read about her in a magazine once, and I just really felt where she was coming from. It's why I asked to come to the show in the first place. I wanted to see her in person. But now, I wonder if that was all just...
Lady Ann.
Man, that was great.
That was... Alice? Quick, hide!
Miss Alice, this is a public hall. Please, you must keep your voice down.
It's fine. See? No one in sight. Anyway, though, did you see that lady's face? She totally lost it up there. All those cushy talking head types make the best faces when things finally stop going their way.
Miss Alice, do you think you could stop doing these things?
Huh? What do you mean? I was the victim on stage. What is it that you want me to stop doing?
I don't know how you're doing it or why, but after seeing that, there has to be something.
Oh, so you want me to punish you again?
Oh, boy. Oh, there's a Cheshire Cat grin on the teal part of her dress.
Please, I'm sorry.
Oh, oops. What a terrible accident. Just like what happened on set. A terrible accident. I'm still upset over it too, you know. Isn't it your job to take my side?
Or are you asking to end up broken like my last manager? Do you want to get stuck up in your room like he is? Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I don't want toys that don't do as they're told.
Stop!
Then beg me to forgive you until it hurts as much as you hurt me with your words. Why don't you do what you did yesterday? Grovel with your face all messed up with snot. I'll take another video with you.
Yeah, we've got all we need here. We're gonna kick this lady's ass in the metaverse.
Come on, beg. Do it! Do it! I'm not gonna stop until you do, got it?
Hey, the guy sounds like he's in real pain. If she doesn't cut it out...
Hey, stop! And who is this?
Cut the sadistic crap.
It was way too far. You said you wanted to be a ray of light for people. How the hell does that help?
Oh! We were just playing around. Weren't we?
Yeah.
So you'll go get the car now?
Oh, hey, wait!
Hang on. Are you on Takamaki?
Oh, you know who she is.
You know who I am?
Yeah! I know all the models. I read every fashion magazine the day it comes out. Actually, I really admire you. Would you like to be
Not
friends?
after that show.
You obviously got Emma, right? My keyword is...
Don't bother. I'd never accept someone who treats another person like that.
Aw, too bad. But I do appreciate honesty.
She was trying to get on to enter the keyword so her desires could be stolen.
So, how about you? Would you like to be friends?
I'm passing too.
Aw, 2 in a row. Hey, hang on. You were at 7:05 the other day, weren't you?
We're done here. Let's go.
That's a bummer. But I know I gave him one of my cards. Why doesn't he obey?
And then I stormed out and we came back here. Sorry about that, by the way. I was just so
No,
upset.
you made a good call.
No apology needed. You did a fantastic job finding out about Alice. Yeah. It's all thanks to you, Lady Ann.
I like Makoto's trunks jacket.
Once Lady Ann had her on the ropes, she whipped out her phone and tried adding them all on Emma right away. From what we saw, she might know that she can use Emma to lure people into her jail.
She gets them into her jail, then takes their desires so they'll do what she says. I suspect she's been doing this for a while now.
I see. That does explain things. But what is her end goal? I can't imagine such awful behavior actually doing her any good.
Ain't it the same as with Kamoshida?
That's a good point. Ugh, she seemed to be having a blast being such an awful person.
Whatever it is, she has the gall to set up that kind of tragedy on live TV. She isn't in her right mind anymore. The longer we leave this be, the more victims that pile up.
And it's already gotten to be quite a pile.
Yeah, we need to go in as
Now's
soon
the
as
time to
possible.
But just how should we act? Is there a treasure in her
Well,
jail?
it's a palace.
That's the tricky part. I am picking up a faint scent of something treasure-like, but...
What is a treasure?
It's the condensed core of a ruler's desires. That's what gives birth to a palace and powers it. Usually, we just take the treasure to trigger a change of heart in our target.
That's interesting. What if there is no treasure there?
We can't change Alice's heart.
For now, let's focus on tracking the treasure-like scent Morgana mentioned. That should at least put us on the trail for clues.
Question. Why must we change Alice's heart?
Why? Because she's hurting people.
So Alice only needs to be stopped. Changing her heart is unnecessary.
No, beating her shadow won't help. Worst case scenario, it could wind up causing her to die in the real world.
Are you okay with that, Sophia? You're going to be okay with that, aren't you?
Death. That is an acceptable
Yep.
outcome.
Dude, that's...
I'm humanity's companion. I'm supposed to determine the best choices for humanity. Alice Hiragi makes people suffer every day. We should ensure she stops this as soon as possible. Why not do so?
It's part of the Phantom Thief Code.
I do not understand. I want to understand, but I cannot. Where's the flaw in my logic?
I do see where you're coming from, Sophia. Alice is doing horrible things. We could just help all those people without caring what happens to her. The metaverse is serious. You can end a life without ever being endangered. Even still, we always choose to change someone's heart instead of harming them. It's part of the Phantom Thieves Code.
That's right. Kinda pointless if we gotta stoop to the bad guy's level to take him down.
We never kill. We steal the desires of the wicked and make them change their ways.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. Phantom Thieves of Hearts. I've got it. Hearts. I lack a heart. That's why I don't understand the logic of the Phantom Thieves. If only I could understand how hearts work. If I did that, I could become an even better companion.
Sophia?
I've got it. I will join the Phantom Thieves. I need to learn more about hearts so I can become an even better companion. May I join the Phantom Thieves?
If you say my name.
If I do so, I am certain I will witness many things about the human heart. I need to learn more about the heart and about the Phantom Thieves.
What do all of you think?
Why not? I'm sure she'll be a great help to us.
Yep. Sounds like we've got a new member.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, Sophia.
Welcome to the Phantom Thieves.
Glad to have you with us.
Let's pick our code name next.
Ooh, now the nostalgia's flowing.
I'm going to say Mochi.
It should be a bit sweeter than that. Oh, like marshmallow or blancmange.
Ooh, we're doing dessert names? How about croquembouche?
None of those make great code names or easy to yell.
What if we went along the same lines we used with Mona-chan? After all, we met her inside the metaverse the same way.
Like, how about Sophie?
It's basically her name.
I like it.
You do?
I want to be Sophie.
Then you'll be Sophia in this world and Sophie in the metaverse.
Radical.
Jeez, you're already more human-like than when we first met you.
I am constantly learning things, thanks to the internet. I'm learning more words.
Just don't learn the gamer words.
Don't pick up any off-putting lingo, okay?
Okay, so we got a new member. Now we need to come up with our first mission.
We're going to stop Alice.
Good. This feels like our duty, considering we became Phantom Thieves to help anyone suffering.
I was one of those people once.
We may not know the victims personally.
Futaba doesn't say the gamer words. How dare you?
Thieves to not lend a helping hand.
As long as there are people in trouble out there, we won't turn our backs on them.
You're right. We are going to be the ray of light for everyone. That even includes Alice.
I have registered myself as a Phantom Thief.
All right, the Phantom Thieves are back in action.
After performing a baton pass, the Showtime increases the chance to trigger Harrison recovery. Cool. Bond feature has been unlocked. As the Phantom Thieves deepen their bonds, they will acquire various bond skills. Bond skills can be purchased with bond points by navigating the bond, raising your bond level. Socializing events in the real world or by fighting battles in the metaverse.
Our next step is to make the proper preparations.
When I say gamer words, I'm talking about the joke definition of really nasty stuff.
It's a fact that provision is prevention. We'll all need weapons and other supplies.
Since you're the guy with all the connections, we'll leave the shopping to you like always.
We'll get ourselves ready. Once you are too, just hit us up.
Back in business. Okay, let's get our supplies. Let's say we start with the closest destination and head to Takemi Medical Clinic. Her medicine sure worked wonders for us before. I'd feel way more reassured if we took some with us this time, too.
I'll just add this.
What's up?
You all come in so suddenly, then leave in such a rush. What are you guys getting up to? Well, we're back in business, and you know what that means. The return of the Phantom Thieves is one thing, but never in a million years would I have expected to actually fight Alice. But we have to stop her before she's past the point of no return. Let's get this taken care of so we can get on with our summer vacation.
Hey.
Here, take it. My treat. A can of Manta. Just a little something to start us off right. Here's to getting back in action. I might be a bit out of shape right now, but I'll bounce back in no time. Yo, Takemi! Oh, is she closed? Is this the internal clinic you were talking about? Yeah, but there's a notice here. Notice, closed for the summer. I will be attending an academic conference and will be out for the summer. Signed, Physician Tai Takemi. Oh man, talk about bad timing. At least we can still get some weapons at Iwai's airsoft shop, right? Is that the shop on Central Street in Shibuya? I saw it when we were gathering information on Alice. Yeah, that's it alright. Either way, let's head to Shibuya first, Lore. And you open the map with the touchpad now. I'm having to fight my muscle memory for all of these controls from Persona 5.
I've been thinking.
That jail. It was eerie just how similar to the palaces it was. If it was similarly created by a human heart, I can't help but shiver at the thought of how that person sees the world. We have to fix this.
Yes.
Indeed, and returning there will offer me yet another chance to bear witness to such mesmerizing sights. You sure do march to the beat of your own drum, Yusuke. I'm relieved to see your personal troubles are well behind you.
No.
I am still rather plagued with problems. This suffocating heat refuses to cede my attention and allow me to focus on my art. Even stripping bare naked doesn't abate the intensity. Despite my concerns of heat stroke, I cannot afford air conditioning. My sole saviors are tap water and the salt stockpile I've maintained. But I shan't let summer defeat me. My frugality cannot be stopped. Please don't die on us, Yusuke. Right. I now recall your attic room also lacks air conditioning, Lore. Here, this could benefit you at some point. No need to be modest. Rock salt?
Now then.
Oh!
20 HP to one ally, eating rock salt. The weird thing is, circle is still cancel in the menus. On 5 points. Max HP of all party members, SP of all party members, strength for all party members, affects physical attack damage. I just had a brick of ramen. I'm full up on salt for a little while. After performing a baton pass, the showtime gauge will fill faster. Harrison Helper. Gives a chance to trigger Harrison Recovery. Why is Makoto the picture for that? Restores HP and SP to all party members at the end of battle. Oh, I'm going to save up for that then. Gives a chance for masks to manifest. Increases the effects of healing items. One level will increase more quickly. Increases chance to obtain items at the end of battle. Increases money obtained at the end of battle. Actually, I should probably put points into Bond Maker. And then save up for Oracle Recovery.
Yes.
If you don't care to crush it up and use it with a drink, you can even resort to licking it. May this rock salt be the secret to our success in the jail. My talking about the ramen was my response to being asked if I crave that mineral. Sorry for not being clear. I don't really get Alice's sense of fashion. It's too loud for one thing. Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh! It's the door to the Velvet Room. I may need her assistance again. I should probably go talk to her.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. The gears of fate turn yet again, bringing you close to calamity once more.
Yeah, this shit never ends, huh?
While your hope may be the smallest of seeds now, and its true power unknown, by nurturing the possibilities within you, this seed shall sprout and become your strength against calamity. Now, I shall act in my master's stead, and watch over you through your journey.
Are you sure we can't just have Igor? I like him. Yeah, the twins were great. I don't really like Lavenza very much. The cadence of her voice is weird. But the twins were great. But Igor is the greatest. And I miss him. And I'm sad I get my least favorite of the three options. Let's get to business.
Yes, I share the sentiment. As you already know, your power of the wild card allows you to wield multiple personas. By offering up your personas for execution, you are able to fuse them into new, more powerful ones. This is once more the key to overcoming the evil will spreading distortion. Due to my master's absence, I will perform the executions with my own personal fusion equipment. Unfortunately, this means you will be unable to harness the power of personas you once harbored within you. However, this journey is sure to draw out your true potential should you make the most of your meetings.
Meetings?
Soon it will all be
Or you could just tell me.
Trickster, you have once again become a prisoner of fate. Unleash the chains that bind you, and take back the people's hearts, their desires. Doing so will surely lead you to the hope that will drive off the impending ruin.
Leave it to me. Igor isn't here so they could BS a way to take your compendium away. Fair enough.
As long as your will is undeterred, I too will hold nothing back in supporting you. With that addressed, let us turn at once to Persona Fusion.
Another room you can fuse or strengthen your personas.
Fuse 2 personas to gain a new one.
To use a given persona, Joker's level must be greater than or equal to the new persona starting level. Right, because I don't have the cell key.
Please select the persona to acquire.
I don't have to sacrifice Arsene. Cool.
It seems that it can gain new power. Choose which skill to inherit.
Oh, it's even got this. Do I want fire or defense drop? How good are status effects, or how good are stats in this game? Stat buffs and debuffs. They're alright, but I never use them. Yeah, I'm feeling like taking Agi. That's a steep SP cost. Excuse me. I'm going to take Agi.
Is this the persona you'd like? Be born anew. You've tapped into a new power. You wish to strengthen it?
I want to enhance Arsene.
How much power will you add? This is what you've chosen?
Not actually sacrificing personas into each other here? That is nice, yeah.
Okay.
Taronda. Decreases attack for an area of foes. Cool.
You wish to browse the entries? What will you be registering? Will you register this? This persona has been registered in its present condition. Please take a look.
Oh, I can't see the list? Damn.
Whenever you feel the need for more, come visit me at any time. I will always be by your side. Until next time, farewell.
Yelled of both of...
Seriously.
Hey, you were out of it for a second there. Are you holding up okay? Hope you're not overheated or anything. EY's shop is just up ahead. Let's get you inside, pronto. Am I not going to tell Morgana I was just talking... Have I not told these guys that I'm visiting the Velvet Room again? They've been there. They know what the Velvet Room is. I could just tell them.
Really?
Hold on, AY should be here, but it looks like they're closed. Looks like that temporarily closed sign's been up for a while too. What should we do? Not getting medicine is bad enough, but if AY is not here, we can't get any weapons either.
Let's head back.
We'll have to figure out something else. Let's gather the others and brainstorm at LeBlanc. Imagine Joker just telling people things? Yeah, right?
Hey.
I still can't get over just how useful Emma is. Just now, for me, it put together an entire meal, gave me its nutritional breakdown, and even showed me the closest place with ingredients. All I had to do was ask what I should do about dinner. Pretty easy to see why people are such fans. But then I remembered that this app is what lets us get into the metaverse, and I get creeped out all over again.
Yo!
What's the haps, chaps? Picking up supplies? I'm working on my crowd mode right now. All those shadows in the jail were really starting to get to me. I figure I'll be more used to them if I observe their real-world versions more. Maybe? It's worth a shot.
See you later.
I thought I was already concerned about how things were going in the city, but now that I know this is all part of some jail, and I don't even want to consider how all these people are shadows in that jail. Yeah, Morgana was never able to see the Velvet Room. In fact, I just started my New Game Plus run the other night, and Morgana was confused by you standing in place, staring off into space. Dun, 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 dun.
The airsoft shop's closed. Takemi Clinic's shut down for summer vacation. Where are we gonna get our weapons and medicine now? Talk about shitty timing.
This is not good. We can't just return to the metaverse defenseless.
I guess we gotta find some other stores.
That seems like it'll take quite some time. What's up? Have a problem?
Oh yeah, we've got an AI connected to the internet.
Perhaps I can help. If you would like, I'm happy to lend a hand.
Can you find us model guns? Not real ones, fake ones.
Oh yeah, check this out, Sophia.
We need supplies to take with us into the jail.
Unfortunately, our usual suppliers are closed. This will assuredly impact our successes in the metaverse.
Do you know if there are any suitable stores nearby?
Why not just order supplies online?
We could do that, but the delay between ordering and actually getting the stuff is way too long.
Also, we were able to get much more effective medicines from our clinic than we could find online.
No prob. The net has it all. Ryuji, is there something you want?
Huh? What do I want?
A shotgun.
Right. Request anything you want.
Okay. A gold bar.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Come on, it was just a joke. Nothing else popped into my head when she asked, so...
Okay, I've got it. Please wait.
Got what?
Hello? Expedited delivery!
How the fuck?
Did you really order a gold bar?
With what money?
Whoa.
Well, someone should open it.
Gee, this is your doing. Open it.
What? Me?
You'd better get ready.
For what? Shit, this is probably just gonna be fake or some toy.
Is that real?
Holy shit, what if I...
Yes, my eyes can't be fooled. There's no doubt. That's real gold.
No way. No way is that real.
Did you conjure up fake money and put it into somebody's account to pay for this?
Wow! Now I can open my cafe early. It's like a dream.
Haru, you're already rich.
That needs to go to the police. Right away! Oh, wait! They even believe it showed up like this? Is this a crime?
I don't think it's a crime, no.
It's okay, everybody.
All right. Did that solve your problem?
How did you do that?
I found an online vendor with expedited delivery. Time is no longer a concern.
This is taking me out of it a little.
But a whole gold bar? Where'd you find that? The dark web?
Correct, Futaba. It's fine. I broke no laws.
We've got an AI snooping the dark web for supplies.
The transaction was made with cryptocurrency. I will send you an invoice for reimbursement.
Oh god, she's mining crypto! She's mining crypto using my phone!
We have to reimburse you? So, how much did this cost again?
At least a few million.
Send it back.
Sorry? I didn't get that.
Send the effing thing back!
Hello? Expedited pickup! Thank you for choosing our services!
I'm relieved they took it back, but that definitely gave us some gray hairs.
She probably hacked into Satoshi's wallet and took some of the ones that are just sitting there.
Jeez. Thanks a lot for ordering that, Ryuji.
That is not Ryuji's fault!
Oh, come on! Who would have thought a gold bar would actually show up here?
I've heard of one's mouth writing checks that cannot be cashed, but this is an entirely new level.
Doesn't the service itself seem pretty awesome, though? That speed, it'll be perfect for anything we need. Let's ask Sophia to find some useful stuff for us.
Shall I do that?
Keep the goods coming.
Okay. I'll make sure to use expedited delivery. Sophia's shop is officially open.
In his online shop, you can buy and sell weapons, protectors, accessories, items, story progression, or after certain events. Before entering a jail. It's not the jail, it's a jail. Interesting. Also, shops will sell goods that aren't found online. Keep an eye out for good deals as you explore the city. Score better deals at Sophia's shop.
Well, that was a ride. But I guess it turned out okay for us?
Yeah, our supply situation's definitely fine now. We don't know what we'll be up against in the jail, though. Let's prepare as well as we can.
3 points get. With Hideout, you can infiltrate the jail, use Sophia's online shop, and access the Velvet Room. Other features will become available as you progress through the story.
I should write something.
I think I'm going to save up for Oracle recovery for a little bit. Or, maybe I'll get another level of Bond Maker? I'm going to get a second level of Bond Maker. So, the Bond menu character is Makoto. Which is perfect, because that's who I romanced. It can't possibly be reading my save file to determine who I romanced. So this is just a coincidence.
What are you looking for today? Who is it for? Which one?
Naive Knives, Folkcraft Exotica. Alright. Dozotown City, Survival number 1. Dozotown City, Survival number 1.
Which one?
Cosplay post-apocalypse.
Which one?
Meowware.
Who is it for?
Call me queen, selling whips. This is bondage gear. This is bondage gear.
Having trouble deciding?
I only have so much money. We're... I'm gonna buy Makoto
You want this
some extra HP.
Do you want to equip that? Thank you very much. Who is it for?
I'm gonna buy Lore a dagger.
You want this one? Do you want to equip that? Put it to good use, okay?
Oh, I can switch between characters with R1 and L1, right.
Who is it for? How many would you like?
I can only buy 2.
You want this one? Thank you very much.
Items like these will restock after enough time passes to striking back after fighting battles in the metaverse or progressing through the story. Also some items that will cease being sold and will not be restocked over time. That is an interesting mechanic.
What would you like?
I can buy 4 adhesive bandages.
Thank you very much. How many would you like? You want put it to good use, okay? What are you selling? How many? Are you sure? How many? Are you sure?
I'll just add this.
All right. I think that's actually where we're going to call it for today. Sorry for the short stream, guys. I know you guys have gotten used to 6 to 8 hour streams over the past week, but I have some stuff I want to do today, and especially I want to wrestle with YouTube, which is giving me grief over uploading the last couple parts of the Persona 5 playthrough. We will pick this back up tomorrow, probably around the same time. Early afternoon. And I don't know when this will be on YouTube, because YouTube's giving me shit. I am enjoying the game. It's cool to continue with these characters. I'd be having an even better reaction to this if I hadn't just played Persona 5. It would be even more nostalgic and awesome. But, it's good to see these characters again. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys next time.